Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, man. He has been hot lately on social media. And I think it really started off with like his post like way back in the I don't know, I think like early March when he said, "Show me the money or I don't even want to talk." Something like that. And it kind of was like weird because the Bills picked up his fifth year options. He's going to get a good amount of money. And if you're sending this message out, where do you think Ed Oliver's head is at right now? If you're trying to be predictive, Justin.
I think he's more focused on the payment, which I mean, granted, these are
Yeah, it's
athletes
fully
cashing in,
guaranteed, too.
right? For me, we're not even like into that part of the off season if we're already talking contracts. Like, Bean's not going to get this extension done in March. Like, maybe after the draft, maybe but I did see, going into some of his later crypticness, basically rumors that Bean did offer him an extension, but it was a lowball offer, and that's why we're getting into these other posts that we're seeing today.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for me, I like Ed Oliver. I think he's been a good player, not a great player.
Perfect.
And I'm kind of at the point where if we want to keep him on the roster at that dollar amount as we're trying to make a run, like, fine. But I see this operating the same way it just happened with Edmonds, and how many people are upset right now in Bills Mafia that we let this talented first round pick and Tremaine Edmonds walk and we got nothing for it. I don't see him and the Bills coming to an agreement on what he thinks he's supposed to get paid. So if he does come back this year, I just see it being another scenario where he walks and we get nothing for it. So if the market's there, I'd be looking to make a move right now.
Yeah, and it's clear that he's ruffling the feathers of Bills Mafia too, because recently he put on his social media that unfortunate game against the Vikings when it's overtime and we lost, obviously. But he posted a picture of him on defense, and it was captioned "Enjoyed myself," knowing that was a heartbreaker of a game. So he's definitely poking at the emotions of this fan base, and I'm not really sure what he's trying to accomplish. But one thing is clear, and I just got to put it out there. We thought that Stefon Diggs was the most cryptic tweeter out there, and we were trying to like read in between the Twitter characters and all that stuff. I feel like this is way straightforward and more clear, and it's just like, hey, I'm unhappy. And with Stefon Diggs, I feel like he just actually uses Twitter like you're supposed to use it. And that's like, oh, I have a thought in my head. I'm just going to blurt it out there, and then people just run with it. With Ed Oliver's tweets, it's just straight up like, I want money, and I'm going to use this game. And I posted a picture of the game and said I enjoyed myself when it was a heartbreaker for the Bills. I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that, but it was very intentional with that second photo.
I'm sure you've seen it. I forgot who posted it. It was like breaking down what you get from each position group's tweets, and it's like, linemen are like, we went out there and we fought hard. It was a good tough game, and then
handshake.
And then it's like, it moves through to the wide receivers, and it's like banana, coconut, bicycle, and I feel like that's what we get with Diggs. I think Diggs just likes to have fun with it and stir the pot.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think that's what we're getting from Ed Oliver. I think this is like he's expressing how he feels right now and kind of trying to put some urgency on it, create like some sort of leverage to get things done. For what it's worth, in my opinion, I don't think this is a good leverage tactic to move Brandon Beane's needle. I think Brandon Beane has his valuations on players, and if he did in fact make an extension offer to Oliver, that's about what it's going to be. And we saw that just play out with Poyer.
He won't go past his amount.
Bean wasn't going past the amount, and it worked out this time. And honestly, for Oliver's age and all that, I don't think it would be the same situation. I think he would end up going elsewhere. But yeah, like I said, I see if he were on the roster this year, I see it playing out the same as Edmonds did this year. So this is the time of the year if a move is there to be pulled off, it would create another hole, but it's something that if I were running the team, I'd be willing to explore.
Yeah, I definitely think at this point, if you know in the back of your head you're not willing to pay him past a certain amount, and in terms of economics, then you should sell him. Well, I guess trade him in this instance for something that's you are willing to get, you know? So it's like, I don't know if that makes any sense because you're going from dollars to draft capital, but in terms of economics, you're supposed to sell something for like what you value it for. And I think Brandon Beane definitely can get more than that, considering he has the pedigree of being a top 10 talent. And honestly, Ed Oliver, he's more of like a trailer versus like the tractor. You know, he needs people around him to be at his best. And for a top 10 draft pick, that's not what you want.